Okay, let's talk about the deep work. So, what is deep work? Deep work is basically when you work for a certain period of time, between 1 to 4 hours, and you work relentlessly. You get into this focus zone state where you have very less thought in your mind. But to get till there, you are going to have a lot of thoughts before, and it's going to be tough. And the reason why is because you get these distracting thoughts and physical distraction. There are two types here, mental and physical. In the physical, first let's talk about that because that's the easy one to fix. In physical one, it comes to physical distraction is the micro distraction, which is your phone. First of all, is the notifications. You need to disable all the notifications. I have them disabled since a year that I don't really have any notification enabled, like WhatsApp, YouTube, and I'm a YouTuber. Just to remind you that I am a YouTuber, but I still have all the notifications of YouTube disabled. So you need to disable all the notifications on YouTube. And this is important that you don't disable your phone and alarm clock. Why? Because you must be thinking in this mind when I said disable all the notification that, "Bro, what if it's something important?" Trust me on this, the people, there's a two thing, okay? If it's important and urgent. If it's important and not urgent, it can be done later. If it's urgent and not important, well, nobody really cares. It's not really that big of a deal. But if it's urgent and important, and that's when the people actually calls you. So you, the friends, the family, the teachers, your anyone, your relatives, they only call you when it is the work is very urgent and important at the same time. So it's both urgent and important. If it's something like urgent, it is something like not so important. If it's not urgent, they message you. And this is what you need to do. You need to turn off all the social media apps notification and just leave these two. Now, what is the alarm? Why alarm clock you should leave? Because just to remind you when to eat. Because I had this happen to me sometimes that there was a time when I actually eat at 1 p.m. and I just passed that time. It's not that big of a deal or anything, but you need to have this proper timing of meal, sleep, wake up timing. So this is why you shouldn't disable them. And that's about only two apps that you should have the notifications of. You should not have the notification for WhatsApp or Instagram or any other app. Now this is the one easy distraction that you can just do it right now. There are many settings you can find. I'm not going to show you one of them because everyone will have a different phone and computer. And on a computer, you need to do this as well. It would be a bit harder to do it on a PC, but you can just figure some tutorials out. And the second is family distraction. This is the only two distraction that comes into play: family distraction and friends distraction. And what I mean by that is they physically coming to your room and distracting you. Now you need to realize here is that they are not the bad people. What used to happen is that back in the days, in their timeline, there was no concept of private space, privacy, deep work. Because back then, if you think about it, were your parents and their parents back then, were they working on a computer really focused? No. Chances are they were doing the physical work most of the time. Like most of the people were doing the physical labor work. So they didn't know that to do the focused deep work, you need to be in this focused state where you cannot be distracted. They don't know this concept. It's not their fault. You need to realize this. Don't start blaming them. Have you ever gone to your parents, your mom and dad, and told them that I work I do the deep work between this to this time. Please don't disturb me. Like, have you ever told your parents that, Dad, I actually study between, let's say, for example, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Please don't disturb me. I do really important study here. Have you ever told them? Have you ever just asked them that what you need me for before this task, before 6 a.m. and after 9 a.m., so that you can arrange the things? For example, for me, I need to get the milk as early in the morning. So what I do is I wake up at 6 and I will clean myself up, go to the toilet and all. But after that, I just go and grab the milk, get the milk, and that's it. This is the work for me. This is the work that my mom used to disturb me for. So I just figured it out. Hey, why not just wake up early and get the milk? So now nobody disturbs me. It really was that easy for me because I got lucky. It might not be so easy for you, and you need to convince them multiple times. Why? Because it will might just break many people's heart, but you're not the boss of your own house. If you're not the boss, who are you? If you're not the boss, well, you're employee. You're working under someone else. you are living under someone else, and that someone else, chances are, is your dad for most of you. So you need to make your own money and go and live somewhere else, not forever, but just for a brief period of time, so that your business can grow, so that you can get the success that you want, not forever. And that doesn't mean to disrespect your parents, that doesn't mean to hate them. Just realize that back in the days, there was no concept of privacy. Like, there was no private space. If you just go to like the old people and just literally ask them, they would say, what's like privacy? Like, what do you mean? These new people, they'll just look at you weirdly. And it's completely okay. Like, back in the days, things were different. So don't hate your parents, but at the same time, make enough money so that you won't be dependent on them for a place to live, so that you can have the control over your. Obviously, you don't have the control over when you live in like some rented place, but you have way better control than you could in the home. And also, one more thing, which is actually a second thing, which is mental distraction. So, what comes in the mental distraction here is just the thoughts of doing the less important work which is easy to do. For example, when I sit down to study, the thought that comes to my mind is, well, let's just go check this YouTuber. So there's a YouTuber called Satish Science, which covers my university topics really greatly, and my brain just says, hey, hey, let's just go and check out if he has posted something important about this exam. Obviously, now I'm graduated, but this is what used to be happening. And there are other YouTubers as obviously, and many different thoughts comes into the mind. But what I actually need to do was just to do this deep work. This is what I needed to do to get the success that I wanted. And same for you. It could be, for example, you trying to script a video. This happened to me with me many times, that my brain just randomly says, hey, why not just check out how other YouTubers have made the titles, the thumbnails, what they have put in their description for SEO. Like, it all comes into here in brain. And what you need to do is, you need to get over this distraction. You need to force your brain to do it. It's just like going to the gym and doing the 10 kg dumbbell for your tricep workout. Well, if you do this tricep workout, like this dumbbell, and you can only do like 8 reps, when in reality you can easily hit 12. But to get till that 12 reps, which is your failure point, you need to force your brain to do it. Your triceps, your brain gives up before your tricep does. And that's the reason why most people actually plateau in the gym, that they don't train hard enough, that they don't train till failure in the gym. But it's the same thing here. The reason why you don't make that great of a muscle in equivalent to here will be the money, is because you don't push past through that failure point. You need to push it and keep pushing it. So this is what actually happened with me. That when I started training till failure, the amount of weight that I was able to lift get increased. I went from lifting 12.5 kg on the tricep, like this tricep exercise. I don't know what it's called, extension maybe, where you just use both of your hand and behind your back. I was able to do like 8 reps for 12.5, and now I just do like 20 reps for 15 kg dumbbell, because it has to do with the failure point. Like, I wasn't hitting the failure. When I started hitting the failure every single time, what I actually did was, it's a gym story, but instead of when I just hit till the failure on 15 kg, I immediately grabbed 12.5, then 10, and reduced the rep and just keep on going down. So you need to use the same analogy here with your deep work, that it's hard right now, but it gets easier. If you just go to the gym every single day and do this 10 kg dumbbell, within a month it would be start to become easy. In the first few weeks it would be hard, and you need to just endure the pain. Now the next thing is, this was whilst you are doing the work. You just need to be disciplined for the mental distraction. There's no other way around it. Now this was for the distraction. Now, one thing I would say is, be more bored in your life, because the reason why you are getting these thoughts is because you are bored. When you do the deep work, it's not fun. The business work has, in the human history, never been fun. Do you think that the king who fought in the war, when strategizing, sitting down, does he was just excited? Hey, our cavalry attack from this direction, our soldiers will go from here. Like, he would in reality was like, do we have to do this? It's so brain power. It's so brain draining. Like, it's really hurts your brain to do it. And also, when it hurts your brain and you have this thought that, hey, let's quit it, it's too hard. that's when you know that you are doing the right thing. Because if it's easy, your brain will not say to quit. You can just keep going. If it's really easy, something like writing down an assignment, your brain can just keep on going. And that's when you know that you are doing the wrong thing. You know that you are doing the right thing when it's too difficult for you. It's just with the gym. You know that you're lifting the optimal weight and optimal the right form and right number of reps when it's really hard. If it's easy, then you are not going to make the progress that you wanted. So realize this, that if it's easy, it's not good for you. Difficulty, discomfort is what's good for you. So you need to, outside of your work, just like with the gym, you need to improve the life outside. So here's that would mean reducing the stimulation. The reason why you feel the bored in the first place is because you have too much of that happy, fun things to do. Now that happy, fun things are not something like traveling with the friends, going to the gym. That's not the fun thing. That's kind of like the natural sugar. It's like saying the sugar is bad for you. 100% is, and I don't eat the sugar myself, but the sugar from the fruits is good for you. For example, sugar cane and something like watermelon, that sugar is actually good for you. But sugar from the refined sugar, well, that's not good for you. You know, the white sugar ain't good for you. It's same that you need to have the entertainment with your life, and this means the physical entertainment like gym, hiking, running, but not this digital entertainment. The digital entertainment is like a sugar, and this is like the processed sugar. For example, digital entertainment could be to play video games. No, or it could be even better example. When you were the last time in a bus, when you're traveling in the bus, did you just pull the phone out, put the headphone in your ears, and just started listening to some music, YouTube videos, or did you just sat down and got did nothing? Because if you start doing this, that the next time you're in a bus or any place where you have nothing, no work to do, don't consume the content. And I know it's very hard. Like it is actually genuine struggle for me as well. That when I'm in a bus or even traveling or just somewhere in a place where I have to wait. For example, I have to wait to get the chicken, the goat meat to, and this is what actually happened in the morning. I had to wait for like 20 minutes before the guy would get the goat meat ready. I had to wait till then, and what I did was went on to the YouTube. Not the best thing to do if you are trying to do the deep work. Why? Because the deep work requires you to be bored. It requires you to be able to tolerate the boredom. The more entertainment, the more processed sugar you have in your life, the harder it gets to tolerate the boredom. And that's the problem with the entertainment. Now, it's like telling the sugar addicts, quit the sugar. This is what I'm telling to you guys. Quit the sugar. Now, before you quit the sugar and get all motivated, one thing I would say is add the natural sugar, natural fruits in your diet. What that would mean is add something like, here's an actually good idea. If you go to the gym, do bro split. Why bro split? Because everyone in the gym would be doing the bro split, and then it would be easy for you to make friends there and train with a guy. And this gets really fun when you did like 15 reps and you did 20 and you're like, okay, I'll do 22, 25. It's kind of creates that healthy competition and gets you excited to go to the gym. It makes the things a lot fun. So you need to add this healthy sugar in your diet so that you won't even require the processed sugar, which is the white sugar. So this is what you need to do. Add something healthy which tastes good, and you won't need the processed garbage. You don't need the junk food. It's the same with the junk food. Why we eat the junk food? Because we get the craving for something tasty. Why do we consume the modern day entertainment? Because we get this desire for the entertainment. We get this craving for the entertainment. If we just had the natural entertainment, we wouldn't need that. For example, the kings back then had their own entertainment, a singer, a dancer, and they just had a lot of fun things like competition, sports, arena. They never got bored. Obviously, they would get bored sometime every now and then, which is completely fine. And boredom is not the enemy, it's the friend. And they never had any boredom issues with that. So, this is what you need to do the deep work. If you have these three boxes checked, which is mental distraction, physical distraction, and boredom, if you have covered this one up, then you would struggle less with the deep work. And I say struggle less. I'm not saying that you won't struggle at all. Reason is being that deep work is not easy. It's like deep work is kind of like that 12.5, 10 kg, 15 kg dumbbell. Is it easy? Is it easy to do heavy weight? No. And that's when you know that you are doing the right thing. If the deep work you are doing right now is easy, that means it's not challenging enough. You are not at your potential. Deep work should always be hard. It's like when you go to the gym and 1 year into the gym, 2 year, 3 years into the gym, but still your workouts are not easy. You are hitting the failure. When you hit the failure, that's when you know you trained properly. And this is what the deep work is. When it's mentally painful, that's when you know you are doing the right thing. So it will become less harder. It never gets easier. It's just that you get stronger. It's just that the 10 kg dumbbell never got easy. You just got stronger. So your deep work, just know, will never get easy till the rest of your life. You just have to become stronger. There's no way around it. And if you found the value from this video, then click like and subscribe to the channel.